800 DFC. It's now complete. Sits in front of us is a fully programmed, fully built helicopter. It is awesome. It is big. It is awesome. I'm going to point out and go over a few things that I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be using the new Align 5200 50C packs in this bird. I use these in my 700. I feel they're a really good pack. Get great cycles out of it. You got to break them in, 5 flights, nice and easy. Breaks them in, and then you can go out and have some really good fun. They're reasonably priced, and I've had some of the competition guys try them, and they felt that they were really adequate for flying some really good 3D. Okay, I'm going to put this off to the side. Just an overview of what's going on. Like I said in the past, it is very important to follow your manual. If you do have any questions, you can email me through Facebook at Dino Spadaccini on Facebook. You can find me on HeliFreak at Dino Spadaccini, and the same on RunRider, Dino Spadaccini, with any type of setup question, motor question, servo question, anything with the head, anything. Doesn't matter whether it's an 800 or 700 or Nitro model or 3GX. We're there on the forums to support you guys. Just a few things. I'm using the Futaba 3-channel S-Bus in conjunction with the 3GX 3.1. In a minute I'm going to go over a sample of how to do our DIR and stuff like that. But otherwise, the build is complete. The helicopter went together great. Everything worked out great. High quality parts, low part count. Probably the lowest or one of the lowest part count helicopters in the market, which makes it easy to maintain, great to fly. Our proven DFC head, okay, in competition this year, in years past with our competition pilots. Our DFC frame set, direct to the swash, proven, competition worthy, and even for the weekend warrior, proven. Okay, helical cut main gears, our new black gears, also in the tail. It's a big long bird. Can't wait to fly it. Setup wise for head speeds, I'm letting the Castle handle the governing right now. We're going to run normal at 1500. Idle up 1 is going to be at 1600, so there really isn't a big head speed change there. And then idle up 2 will be 1990. Okay, 490 kV motor, 10 pole, on the stock gearing of 12 and 112. Great combination. Okay, just to guys give you an idea what I did on this side. Get this spun around. This is how big this thing is. All right, let's go on this side. Okay. I put the ESC right here. I made a small notch in the servo tray. I have to clean these up as we're talking. I'll just tuck these in here for now. Fine. I cut the servo tray a little bit right up on top to allow the 160 in there. Got 2 pieces of Velcro. This is something new for me, to eliminate the Y connector, so I've wired it in down here on the ESC. What's nice about this is with the Align packs, when they're in the tray, okay, all set up, the leads will be right about right here. Both of them will come out in the overmold here. There's a groove, and I'll be able to plug both of these packs right in tight against the frame, so it alleviates that Y connector for me. Clean layout, that's what I like. I run my servo wires out on the outside, just something I do so I can keep my eye on them. You know, God forbid I have a crash, I can make sure nothing's nicked. Everything's been set up. So what we're going to do now is we're going to the radio, and I will go over a setup of the DIR, just to kind of give you guys an idea of how this all goes down, how easy this is for some of you that may not used the 3GX before. Okay, so what we're going to do here is I just got to get this positioned, keep things easy here. do is I'm still going to use an alternate pack right now and get my one lead set up and to go. But that's no big deal right now. Okay, so radio's on. What we're going to do is we're going to plug in. If you had your stuff set up, we're going to hold down the DIR button, which is the black button. Okay, the lights are going to start to tick up. We let go. Now we're in the program mode. Okay, so the first thing it's going to ask you is direction. Okay, that means what we have going on here. Okay, for this, that we can change in the swash plate. That's where I like to do it. Okay. The next setup point, no, I'm sorry. Okay, I'm gonna hold down the DIR button. The lights are ticking up. So the first thing that comes up is direction. So you're gonna check to make sure your direction is correct. Okay, for your elevator. Okay, everything is correct there, and we're gonna. The next one it's asking us for is your elevator limit. So we're gonna do elevator limit. We're just gonna push forward. The light flashes and let go. Okay. This is where it's gonna ask you if your elevator pre-compensation is going the correct way. Tilt the helicopter forward, the swash plate goes back. We know we're correct. If you needed to change that, it's just a push of the elevator stick and the light goes green. Okay, so you know if I go forward, so we know that's incorrect. So we're at the red, okay? Next is elevator limit. I'm sorry, aileron limit. All right, so we're gonna move the stick to the right, hold it, let it flash, let it go. Now we're going to see if the compensation on the aileron is correct. We'll pull the helicopter to us. Swash plate tilts slightly to the left, which is correct. Hit the DIR button again. The 3GX is going to reset. That's your programming, okay? Prior to this, what I did do is in the swash menu, okay, when you're in DIR mode, okay, where it deactivates all the gyros, I set up my numbers, okay? And those are the numbers that give me 14 degrees of pitch and 8 degrees of cyclic, all right? When you measure your cyclic, you use the number in both aileron and elevator. It doesn't matter if you measure your elevator or aileron, you match the numbers. The 3GX will work it out from there, okay? The next step in the 3GX that I like to do is the tail rotor. So with the helicopter on, the radio on, hold down your set button or your DIR button as we call it. First thing it's going to ask you is the frame rate, okay? And the numbers are in green, all right? Makes it easy. It's basically default. So 1520 is default because I'm using the Alliance servo. DS is default because the light's flashing green, it means digital servo. We had to reverse the gyro, so the red light is flashing for whether it was normal or reversed. Okay, then one more is the limit. We're going to go left first. Brings it all the way out. Go by, you back off. Okay. Wait till the light turns red. Go to the right. And you bring it all the way in. As far as it'll go. Go bind, back off. Okay, now you hit the button once more, and then once more, and the lights all come on, and once more. You're out of the programming mode. That finishes the two important parts for the 3GX is your DIR and your tail rotor, okay? And then you need to check to make sure that everything is compensating correctly. So if you move the nose to the right, if you look at the tail rotor, okay, and I look at the leading edge of the lid, if I go to stick right, okay, tail rotor, leading goes to the right. Okay, so if we tilt the nose to the right, tail plates are moving to the left, so we know we have compensation correct there. Okay. The gains right now on the pots are set at 12 o'clock. I'm going to leave it there. This is a completely factory setup. I'm not going to change any defaults. I'm not going to go in and start tweaking it. I'm not going to do any of that until I get some flights on the helicopter, okay? I have the throttle channel in the 3GX. I calibrated the castle that way, worked out fine for all of its calibration modes. At this point, I am using the stock 780 rotor blades. Those will stay on, our 115 tails. I fly completely all aligned gear. I do have a ton of G-Pack on here, okay? It's a little higher storage than what we have, capacity what we have in our line packs. So, and I'm gonna solder up a heavier gauge wire that will plug right into my 3GX, and I'll have the loop right here with my Dean's connector. That's the only thing I don't use. Right now, the helicopter is ready to go. We'll do some test flights tomorrow. But for a 3GX setup, it's that simple, okay? If you wanted to really finish it all off, we can do a throttle calibration, even though it's electric, to finish the calibration loop. So basically the way this works is you hold down the set button, plug it in, let the lights tick all the way up, everything comes on, raise the throttle stick. Wait, and we're done. Now, if you see that your governor light is red, you just reverse your governor channel and that will turn green. Always check that all your lights work in all your head speed conditions, okay? And see, when I go into hold, the light turns red, okay? Which means that the governor is off. But the governor's not working in the 3GX, it's still through the castle, but it just shows you that all the parameters are working correctly. That would be more or less for a nitro setup. Helicopter feels great. I'm gonna get a weight on it in a little while, but I want to get some flights on it first. So here it is, it's all set. Very clean, easy build. One thing I like to mention to everybody is, number one, please use the manual. Please contact me if you're not sure. Please remember that Align does not build parts for you. They just assemble them so they don't get lost. You must go through and Loctite everything. Mid-stick is important with your level swash plate. They now give you a very small washer, which is nice, that rests below the pinion on top of the bearing, on the bearing block here. You don't want that pinion gear running on that bearing, it'll ruin it. Those are some of the tricks we were using prior to the update to the kit with the new motor mount side plates. But there again, please contact me. And this is Dino Spadaccini with Team Factory Align, and this is the DFC 800 T-Rex Pro with Dominator 850 490 kV motor.